I've had great success in transposing various fishing-related things from one discipline to another. It's been especially true in musky fishing and saltwater methods. They're way ahead of us in live bait techniques. I found the same is true about boat design, and I'm dying to try out a new 24-foot inshore Pathfinder center console that I've had modified with some features especially for muskies. But it's not here yet. One of the things I really wanted to try was sight fishing, and it's time right now. I get word from a friend in Bemidji the fish are crawling all over. But get lucky and borrow a 22-foot standard version of the Pathfinder that does have a power pole, but without all the special musky features. I'm off to Bemidji. I'm fishing with a fella I just met a while ago named Mike Crawford, and Mike and I have got a lot in common, and that is we like to fish shallow, start shallow, move deep. We're fishing out of a saltwater bay boat. It's designed for sneaking. I've got an 18-foot push pole, you haven't seen that yet. And what we're gonna do is get up high as possible. I might stand way up here. I'm gonna stick Mike up on top of a big cooler. And we're moving into a bay here. It's the opening weekend. It opened yesterday. And most of the fish are gonna be shallow. This has been a late spring. So it affords an opportunity to actually sight fish for muskies. If you're fishing them with light gear, flies, this would be the time.
There's a musky laying way up in there, I think. Right on that sand spot.
Interesting action.
Yeah, there was a fish behind your bait. He's still there.
Right up in there.
I just saw one right over here.
Oh, to the right more?
Yeah, to the right more. I'll just go real slow. Well, it's exactly the middle of the day. Our trolling motor batteries are down to 10. The fish are supposed to be biting really good on another lake, so we're going to take a little break so we can recharge the batteries in the boat. Very interesting. I saw it was a DNR barge, and I thought, man, with a deal that big, they got to be doing something with muskies. Well, they were doing something even better. If you call every other Friday, if you call the park here in Bemidji, and sign up for it, these guys take kids fishing out on the lake. Now that's cool.
Timing could not have been worse in Bemidji. But my new boat is in and I'm off to Mille Lacs to meet up with my fishing buddy Josh Stevenson, where it's tough and nobody's catching anything. We've only got a couple days because of an impending wedding, but Josh and I are usually pretty lucky.
All right, here's how it works, Josh. Just think about it like this. If you got in a car accident, which is like a muskie hitting a big lure, first thing they do is what? Put oxygen over your face, and the next thing they put you in a stretcher.
Yep.
When we catch a muskie, we spend too much time sometimes seeing how big they are and unhooking them. So, okay, we turn this pump on, and water will come shooting through here. Lay them in here, put a towel over them, unhook them, and then put their nose right against here, and you see just exactly how long they are. And then have your buddy get ready with the camera.
Yep.
Pick them up, picture out of here. So instead of being out of air for a minute or two or 3 or 4, it'll maybe be 10 seconds.
Brilliant.
Do you like it?
Oh my God, yeah, it's great. It is so with the tape measure right in there. Nice work, Larry. Some creative thinking.
lot of sand. Toss the double wobble.
That'd work. That'd be good for that.
Yeah, that'd be real good for this spot. Took a nip.
You gone?
Yeah.
That was big.
That was a nice one.
That looks 4 feet or better. Yeah. That was a really big one. Nice bite, Larry.
Well, no giant in the new released revive well, but wow, what a boat. It made Mille Lacs 130,000 plus acres seem like 13,000. The weather's right and I should be filming. I need a bigger fish. Incidentally, the very next day, on a payback guiding trip for borrowing a boat, when we returned, it's back to Bemidji, Minnesota. Following a few tough days on Mille Lacs and a wedding, I'm off again to Bemidji. My gut says stay on Mille Lacs, but my schedule says otherwise. I once again joined guide Mike Crawford with our sights set on Cass, Leech, Plantagenet, and Lake Bemidji. As my luck or lack thereof would have it, these lakes have just incurred a serious bloom. No matter where you fish, if you're fishing muskies, there's always an issue with where's my next bait. We used to have them hanging on ropes all over the boat or in tackle boxes, whatever. I'll show you something pretty cool. This isn't just a seat back. You open this up, ta-ha! It's the ready box. Beginning of the day, you take the half a dozen lures you're going to use, put them in here. You don't need to be digging for stuff. Hey, just for a second, I want to show you how I'm going to hook this up. You've heard of a knot, I'm sure, called a bimini twist. It is not that people think it's hard to tie. It takes 6 pages in the knot book, but it isn't hard. Start up with about that much line, and you just go like this really quick. You can go anywhere from 12 to 20 times. Like so, just a bunch of twists. And the easiest way to do it is around your knees. Here's a tag end. Leave yourself a little bit of room. Spread it apart. Go like so. And then this tag end, put it in an angle. And then just pull your knees apart. Rolls right down. That's a leg. That's a leg. I'm going to pinch this, hold it into position, and just tie a simple half hitch around that one leg. Bink, like that. Then you tie a triple half hitch, like so. 1, 2, 3, and then go in between the 2 legs, like that, okay? And hold these firm, keep them
from piling up. And then give the tag end a good pull. And that little knot is called a bimini twist. And it's 100% knot. And the reason you want it is because it gives you a double line, which means you've got a 200% strength here where your leader connection is. I'm going to reconnect Wiggly. There are several different ways to do this. But what I want to do is not have a lot of weight. Here I want this to be weightless. So you put a swivel on, it has weight and it drops and it kind of affects the way the lure works. Put this around my finger. I'm going to wrap it about 4 times. I know knots are always hard to see on TV, but this is just called a double uni or a double nail. Turn that over like that. The only thing you have to worry about is making sure the 2 legs of the knot are the same length. What I do then is take this part of it, the little loop, and pull on it to keep everything even. Pull your wire down. I'm just going to tie the same knot, but I'm going to only go ahead and go about 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you have to kind of let the knot turn over like so. And you pull that tight. And believe it or not, that's a pretty strong connection. And you can't do this with any wire. You have to use nylon coated wire. Yep, there he is. That's the same fish I saw, I'll bet.
Oh, that's cool. I had a second fish come up. Boy, was that bizarre.
How about this one? That's how it's supposed to work. He followed the bucktail. He saw Wiggly, man, and you're right, they just came like little rockets. Come on, there, oh, you poor little guy.
Put him right in there.
Yeah. Go. Fish is
40 inches.
just under 40 inches. There he is. Still breathing good. See you, Musky. This release clip is called a roller troller, and I've got it set now to be able to pull double 10s 4 or 5 miles an hour, but it'll still let go reliably. Now the idea, we're trolling along, we know the bait's down 8 feet, we don't have any lead on it. To get it that deep, incidentally, with lead might take 24 ounces of it, which is no fun. We're coming along, Mike's got his eye on the screen. If we come up onto something that's shallower than 8 feet, or the bait's running deeper than we want, he'll just pick it up and then back down again.
After a quick but brutal 3 days with only one small fish and Lord knows how many miles later, we leave Bemidji and head back toward Mille Lacs to join up again with my fishing buddy Josh. On the way, my cell phone rings and it's Josh, you guessed it. At high noon, he spotted a big fish on the rocks, tossed Wiggly at it, and 56.5 inches later sent me this photo. Nice work, Josh. Sure wish we could have got it on tape. Maybe tomorrow.
Want to wait a while before we drop them or not?
Drop him right now.
at that.
Look at that.
Look at, he's blind in one eye. Look at that. See those scars on his side? That's a muskie.
Larry, I got one. Fish.
That's what we're looking for.
Might be a musky, Larry.
It's a muskie.
Get close. Beautiful.
Let's put her in the well.
Yep.
Get his little snoot out of the net.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna bump him. Just a little rascal, about 37 inches. Gone.
Look how fast you swam away.
Gone.
You could tell the difference immediately as soon as you put the fish back in the water on a hot summer day like today. The fish swam away with
Zip.
Zip, exactly. Immediately gone. I like it, especially when we get one of those big girls that'll really work out well.
Soon.
Soon.
Well, I'd say we've just about covered it.
It's been checked.
After pulling out all the stops on Mille Lacs, and with my daily averages on catching a muskie falling into the toilet, the schedule again dictates a change, this time to Rowan Lake, Ontario. Reluctantly, I leave my Pathfinder in the driveway and dog Mojo moping behind and head for Ontario to fish with my old friend Don Persh. It's been several years since I fished with Don, and I am really looking forward to it.
The muskie scramble is still on. And what I'm thinking of doing is quitting muskie fishermen and fishing entirely, and I'm not going to sell my equipment on eBay. I'm going to give it to my worst enemy. Oh, I got one coming, Don. I got one coming. Very interesting. You sick fish. There we go. All right. Huh? All right.
We need the net, Larry, or?
Let's see what he's doing. Oh, look how cute he is. Look at that fish. Hi, buddy. Happy fish.
Whew, what a scramble the past couple weeks have been. My cameraman Dan figured we were in the Bermuda Triangle of muskie fishing. I know this, if I'd picked just one spot and stuck with it, instead of chasing all over, we'd have had more success. But there is a lesson in it. Love, life, relationships, and fishing are like wet bars of soap. The harder you squeeze them, the further they fly.